Well, I'm going to yank off my crank hub here. This was, it's all degreed for the timing marks. I just kind of knocked it on a bit with a plastic hammer. These should pretty much just slide on, but once they're boogered up a little bit, and that's not the easiest thing to do. It's coming out pretty easy. When I got it off, I can put my yeah, I got a couple of scratches in it. These things they get messed up pretty easily. Just one little tick and tends to drag. I'll clean this up a bit with some sandpaper and a file before I put it back on. And then now I can take off my pulleys, my sprockets here, and go ahead and start assembling my cover. I started looking at this hub here, and I found some places in it that looked like they might have had a little rust at some time in the past. So they were sticking up a little high. That's what was causing it to score the crankshaft. This is pretty hard metal. And all I'm doing is just taking a file and looking for anything here that might drag on the file or that I can feel. That looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see, but there's some pits in it there. This is actually a pretty good piece. It's expensive. I had to pay 170 bucks for this one blower hub. I thought it was going to make a big difference, but after looking at it and looking at my stock one, I could have just had the other one tapped and drilled by a machinist. That's alright. I don't have to waste my time on that. Just cleaning up any little edges or anything in here that looks like it might be been hit with a hammer or ding somehow. So it'll fit in my register good. I mean, obviously, if I had a lathe, I could do it properly, but I don't have a lathe, so you can feel it drag where it's been. And it's actually been pounded or something here. Looks like there's a bit of a hammer mark there. You can see that got a little bit of something going on. But if you can actually hear it whenever you hit the high point, and you can really feel it. But I'm just using this fine file here, just trying to sort it out. Looks pretty good. I'll clean it up now with gas and oil it so it'll go back in and not give me any troubles. I'll show you a little trick here. Once you got it all cleaned up, you can put your gas launch back. Just rotate it. Yeah, it's going on fine. See if I can hit a little part there. When I'm moving it like this, what's going to happen? See, I got a kind of a score right here. Looks like that's, yep, right in here on the hub. Looks like there's got a little metal part of it. The old crank stuck to it, so I'll file that off a little more. I'll just keep doing that, put it on, twist it a little, see where it marks the crank, until I got it where it slides right on, and it's all no problem. Alright, I got it's going on pretty good here. Turn it around, it's going on. Looks like it might have a little interference right here in the very front, but it's going on pretty good. There might be something in there. I've kind of cleaned the crank up here as best I can, get all the little high spots off that I might have found. But it all looks pretty good. And with no lubricant. It's going on pretty decently. Most of the way. Anything that's might be left here is not going to be that big a deal. This thing's probably not going to come off again for a long time. Every time I lube it up, it'll go right on there, and I shouldn't have any trouble with this at all. Well, here's the new bottom gear and the chain, and when I put it on, I thought, you know, wow, and you can see here, this is not the right pulley at all. And you look here at the size of the thing, this keyway, it's a little skinny one, you know, like maybe a quarter of an inch, and the other one's like a third bigger. So this is not the right right drive for this thing. More than likely, that's a late model Mopar. I know you can put those on, but you know, that's enough. You know, that's 100 thousandths. That's enough movement to not allow this to. Wait a minute here. Oh, I see. Never mind. There's another keyway over here on the side of it. That is the little one. So everything's good. It's got a little bit of a raised place here, 100 thousandths in the crank. So that is the right one after all. Good. I don't have to try to find another one. Well, I got this all installed. I got the big gear on here, timing marks lined up. I used cam assembly lube here for the chain. This little oil slinger here, or dripper, makes sure that oil coming off of this chain and shaft here falls here and runs onto the chain. This is an oil slinger that goes on there. This basically keeps the oil from being slammed into the front seal. The back of this gear goes onto the timing plate here, or the cover plate. There was some oil holes in there that go all the way through the block. I cleaned them out. You can see there's a lot of crap there on the ground. I wish I would have done that before I put the lifters in, but it's too late now. But anyway, this is all pretty much ready to be put that pan on there and button it up and finally see what I got in the way of water pump problems. Well, it's all buttoned up pretty good. I got all the right bolts and stuff in it. Put the silicone gasket sealer around it here on the bottom. This ultra copper stuff. So this should pretty much seal anything that's not there that would leak. Should be grabbing it good and tight there on the bottom. So I shouldn't have to pull that pan or anything off again. And while I was cleaning it and turning it over and stuff, my oil pump drive, oil and distributor drive fell out, so I'll lube that up good again with clean it and lube it with cam lube and start sticking it back together.